Okay, welcome to my channel. This is Philosophy Hour, or Philosophy Minute, or Philosophy. By the way, sunglasses on people. Creepy? Question mark? I've always been brought up to think that people wearing sunglasses is a bit creepy, as though they're hiding something. My mum used to always say that, and I wonder if anyone else feels that. Philosophy Hour, so it's just me and you. I'm going to just share today's philosophy, what I'm trying to say, what I'm thinking about. And it was summed up by a talk that I heard by somebody who had crossed my path on my sort of conscious awareness. In fact, I interviewed him once. He's called Stephen Harding, old character who would have fallen into the category that I would normally have said as a bit out there, like, you know, these types who if what they're saying is true, they're sort of saying the foundations of science need to be re-looked at. Rupert Sheldrake and people like that. But anyway, I've obviously shifted enough in my thinking. I thought, when I listened to him, I thought he was amazing. Talking about Jung, talked about his own experiences with his research and his life, but sort of alluded to this kind of journey that his work has always been about really what is this, about learning from his own soul. And I loved it for a couple of reasons, partly because it embraced science as well. He was very excited, enthusiastic. Everything was beautiful and brilliant. It just shone through him. So it wasn't just what he was saying. You got the sense that it was a person. When you see a person who looks like they have completed something and they got to that place in themselves where they are deeply satisfied and deeply content and okay with life, and then just riffing on top, just enjoying, just saying, okay, well, if I'm here, then why not enjoy it? But the exploration of the soul. What do I mean then, and what did he mean? And what do I mean? I think it captured the essence of what I would normally call the spiritual journey. And I kind of think spiritual journey is the sort of thing that once you've embarked on your spiritual journey, you're kind of always on it. If you think like that, thinking like that, meaning a bit like the book The Alchemist, the kind of sense that life is talking to me. Life does have, there is something here. There's something to look at. And then now, how do you describe, or what does that look like in the living of life? It's almost the less words the better, because the more you point at it, the more you draw the attention away from all the other things that it also is. But if I was to crudely say, day to day, how does earth and nature speak to me? Through a kind of combination of all of the senses, emotional feelings, thoughts. Just at this time of my life, struggles with thoughts, and happenings, and just like a sense that it's so much. It is. You just, the minute you just wander into it, you're lost in something much more multiplicitous than our normal consciousness thinks like. So it's sort of like entering the edge of a black hole, and then time's beginning to just stop. So you never get your thoughts to that black hole, just like the light. The light never gets to the black hole, but time stops before or at the point of the event horizon. But yeah, so zooming out again, this concept that really I'm always kind of busy working on this sort of question. And I call it healing because at the moment it feels like healing. But even when because I'm suffering, and for whatever reason I'm not able in this moment. I have moments without it, but I'm just not free from it. But yeah, I think that the core then of what he was really saying, and it sort of turns me on almost like in an intellect, where just like, wow, that'd be fucking cool, is the union of science and spirituality. You know, if that could be the next phase of intellectual endeavor, you know, is how do you bring on board that majority of clever, scientifically minded people whose body of knowledge is extraordinary, doesn't need to be downplayed, but make them realise that that it's partial, and that there is a huge, extraordinary field of like potential knowledge. If our next scientific journey was sent in a different direction, into self or whatever that journey. I mean, I don't even, you know, and it must have been done many times, and I do think now is probably though the best time for it to be done, because from my subjective experience, the noise, the felt experience of Earth is a fucking alive. This Earth we're in, this experience that I'm in, is an interaction with a living, intelligent, nuanced, extraordinary, unbelievably powerful being. So if I extend and say, well, I think other people are having that experience, then that speaks of, well, it speaks of radical change. So this is the kind of content that I could put out.